morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this video from. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Achieng, and I am so excited about today's video. So if it's your first time here, like I said, my name is Achieng, and I love to cook. I love to try different types of food. I enjoy cooking, is therapy to me, and I love sharing recipes. And I have close friends from all over Africa, all over the world, almost. But I have a lot of friends from the west part of Africa. And ever since I met them, I tried their food, and oh my God, it is amazing. So today I'm going to showcase. It's an African cuisine. It's something that's created in different ways in every African country, but this one is paying homage to Senegalese cuisine. If you have not tried Senegalese food, you are missing out. It is amazing. I love Senegalese food. And one of my favorite foods, I'll be preparing it today, and it is Maafe. Maafe is the Senegalese name of it, but in English, in simple English term, it is peanut sauce type of food. You can put meat, any type of meat, and you can put any type of veggies, but peanuts is the main recipe or the main ingredient in this type of food. So I'm going to show that to you because it's one of my favorite food ever since I tried it. And you can eat it with white plain rice. You can eat it in different types, I believe, but in Senegal is usually eaten with white rice. If you're from Senegal and you're watching this video, please correct me if I'm wrong. But like I said, Senegal is a culture that I just was introduced to, and I fell in love with the cuisine, and this is definitely one of my favorite dishes. So for that recipe, I was in Kenya a few months ago, and every time I go to Kenya, I always ask my mom to prepare peanuts. So back home we have organic peanuts that people would um, plant on their farm. My mom is a farmer, so she does harvest a lot of crops, and one of them is peanuts. So this time round, I came with the peanuts and I decided to use those peanuts. And I had a little bit of peanut sauce that I bought from HEB. It's a grocery store here in Texas, but I have some left over there. And then the peanuts that I brought from home, the whole peanuts, I literally just finished roasting them, and then I'm going to grind them and make the peanut sauce out of that and just mix with whatever left over that I have. So back home, the peanut sauce, whatever you're putting, whatever type of veggies or meat you're putting in that peanut sauce, it is prepared from scratch. And I tried to mimic that a little bit, but also I do not want to waste. So that's what you're going to see me using. Um, I'm going to also show you the vegetables that I'm going to use. I have everything prepared and show you step by step. This is an African food. It is amazing. And of course, back home, it'll taste better, everything. But if you're in the diaspora, you know what we can while we're here is try and replicate that taste of home. And that's what I'm going to do on this video. So let me know what you think about it. I know I'm taking too long talking about this food, but I love it. And it's another cuisine. My sister's from Senegal that introduced it to me, and I'm just in awe. So let me go to the part where I show you the recipe and the ingredients. So like I mentioned, I literally just roasted these peanuts right here, and I removed the 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 cover for the peanuts. It's supposed, usually it's always removed, right? You always remove this outer cover of the peanut. I was able to remove most part of it, but I have some sticking here and there, but it is okay. It's just one or two. And then, like I mentioned, I have this leftover of the peanut. You can see it's a little bit that I bought from the grocery store. So I'm just going to mix that and make the best out of it. For my veggies, I'm going to use carrot. I'm going to use grinded red bell pepper, yellow or orange bell pepper, and then some onion. I'm going to add carrot, like I say, and yuca root, which I was actually preparing. So this is how the yuca root comes. Of course, I cut it into pieces. So what I was going to do is, some people do not know how to handle yuca root. So this is how I remove the outer cover. You just cut in the middle like that, and then you kind of start lifting it up like that, and then it just makes it so easy for you to prepare it. But yuca root is amazing. It's used in various cuisines. So I'm just going to take this last part, and then also I am going to be using a protein, which will be not goat meat, but just beef, regular meat is what I'm going to use as the protein for this dish. But like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, you can use any type of meat. And if you have not subscribed and you're watching this video, please do not forget to subscribe. We are hoping for 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and I know we can do anything we put ourselves to. So thank you for those who have already subscribed, and if you have not and you're watching this video, please click the subscribe button. And if this is your first time, welcome to our YouTube channel. So that is all that I need to do for this first part. I'm going to cut this into pieces, but I'm going to start one step at a time. I'm going to grab a towel. I've already softened our protein, the meat. I've already softened it, and I'm going to show you how I brown it before I prepare it. This is the stock that I have that was produced from the meat. So I'm going to save it because it's going to come in handy. So I'm going to have to blend two types of mixture. I have blender number one, and blender number one is going to have this 2 bell peppers and the onion. So I'm going to do that right now. And with Senegalese cuisine, there is lots and lots and lots of blending. It's a very unique cuisine that I fell in love with. I can't tell you guys how much I love Senegalese food. They have bibi, they have soupu kanje, they have yassa, they have dahin. I love dahin. They have amazing food. I love it. And my best friend is from Senegal, so I am simply just paying homage to the amazing Senegalese food. So I have this trash bag here that comes in handy. I always put it on the side. And what I'm going to do, I'm just cutting this into small pieces. We are going to blend these. And I'm going to cut this. I'm going to add it at the first part. Usually sometimes they would just blend the onion first and then add this at the end, but I'm just going to add this now. And then I have my garlic that I've already blended. So if you have not watched the video where I show how I prepare garlic, please make sure you go and watch it. But I'm just adding a scoop of garlic here. And I'm going to add some ginger. I love using ginger in food. Perfect. So this is our mixture, our mixture number one. It has onion, white onion, it has yellow bell pepper, and it's not yellow but orange, it confuses me, and the red bell pepper. And like I said, you can always add more. I'm making a small amount, so to me that amount is good. Okay, so this blender is ready to blend the first. I'm going to set it on the side, and then the next blend that we are going to prepare, going to set this here, is our peanuts. So here is the peanut like I mentioned before. And then I am going to be using this grinder right here. As you can see, it grinds. It has these small blades at the bottom that grinds your spices or whatever you want to grind. So I'm going to go ahead and add them in here. So we're going to add our peanuts right there. Set that aside. And I have this closure that I'm going to use. Perfect. So I'm going to set that on the side. And then for the veggies that we are going to use, I am going to finish preparing them. Like I mentioned, I have carrots, and then I have cassava. With cassava or yuca root, you want it to be, I don't want it to be too small in size. I'm going for a medium, small kind of size. So I'll place that right there. I love cassava or yuca root. It's amazing in food. Excuse me. And then I'm going to remove this root in the middle right here. Going to finish with the last piece. I am going to pause and focus on blending our ingredients so I can show you how it looks like. So I was able to finish blending mixture number one, as you can see. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take this slicer and set it aside and just leave it here. And then I was able to blend our peanuts. This is how they look like, as you can see. So what I'm going to do in this bowl right here, I'm going to add it here. And what I'm going to do, I am going to add our beef stock that we made. And mix a little bit just to break it down. just to break down this monotony right here. And then I'm going to take a much better mixer here, just right here, just to make it easy for myself. What I'm trying to do is just break down the lumps as much as I can so that the peanut becomes one with our beef stock. Perfect. I'm going to add some of this leftover peanuts now, just to mix it. And peanut comes with its own natural oil. Want too much peanuts for this recipe, so I'm just going to break it down a little bit at a time. Perfect. It's almost ready, almost ready. As you can see, I did not use a lot of peanuts because I'm not making a lot, a huge quantity of Maafe or peanut sauce for that matter. I'm just preparing for 2 people, I would say, 2 or 3 people. So that's why it's not a lot. But as you can see, this is how our peanut liquid looks like. So I'm happy with that. So we are done with our preparation. We have our main ingredient, our peanuts liquid here. We have our beef stock that we are going to use. We have our mixture blend number 1, which has onions, red, and bell peppers in it. And then last but not least, we have our veggies right here, which is yuca root and carrot. And then I am going to take you to the stove where I'll show you the protein and how I brown the protein. So our oil is already heated up. I'm using vegetable oil and I'm using this deep boiling pot so that I can be able to contain any splatter that will come out of it. Like I mentioned, this is our protein. I had already softened it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to brown it on medium high. I'm not using a lot of meat, but like I said, depending on how many people you're preparing this dish for, you can measure accordingly. while our meat browns, I will be walking you through the spices that we'll be using. I have some black pepper. I have smoked paprika, favorite, one of my favorites. I have slap ya mama, which is a Cajun seasoning. I also have chicken bouillon, and you cannot forget Maggi. I have some cayenne pepper. I already added garlic and ginger. And then I even have this crayfish flavor stock. It's amazing. It adds some umami flavor to the food. So those are the spices that I'm going to work with for now. You can notice, if you have noticed, I've not included any salt as of now, because with salt, the spices that I'm using already have salt in them. So I'm usually very cautious when using salt, and I usually leave it to the last step. Now there's one very important ingredient for this maafe, and it's vinegar. I love adding vinegar at the end, almost at the end, when this dish is almost ready. There's something about the vinegar when you add it to maafe. It adds some, I feel like it combines everything together, and all of the spices, all of the ingredients just marries with each other perfectly. So it is a must. Um, it's a must add, if you ask me. And also for the veggies, you can use potatoes. You can use different types of veggies for maafe, honestly. And I always change it up. So do not limit yourself. Excuse me, Lord. Do not limit yourself on the amount of veggies that you use, because everyone is different. So our meat is browning pretty well. I do not want them to brown too much. So I'm going to use this spoon right here to remove them. Okay. So as you can see, they're pretty brown. I'm going to set them back to same plate that they were before. And with maafe or peanut sauce, it has a tendency of kind of burning at the bottom. So you want to use a non-stick pot. It's highly recommended that you do that, because you do not want your peanut sauce to burn at the bottom and kind of mess up your whole food. So it's something to pay attention to. And also, if you have to cook it in low heat, please, by all means, do so. So I'm letting this warm up just a little bit, and then I'm going to add this first mixture, and I'm going to add just a little bit of it, not all of it. So this is warm. Going to mix as I go. Perfect. Now with this, we want this to cook down, because remember when you blend the onions and the bell peppers, there's some juices that are released. And basically we want to cook those juices down as much as we can. Hence why we are going to let this simmer. So what we are going to do, we are going to let this simmer down until the water or the excess water has or juices have cooked down a little bit. Right now you can see it looks just watery. You cannot really see the particles of the grinded onions and bell peppers, but I will show you what I mean when the juices cook down. So from the sounds of it, I can tell that the juices, the extra juices have cooked down with the sound. I can now it's producing a sound of indicating that the mixture, the blend, it's actually frying, not it doesn't have juices in it. I don't know how to explain it exactly, but this is how it looks like. So that tells me that the juice has cooked down. So that's good. That's what we wanted. So what I'm going to do, I am going to add my protein. Set that aside. And I'm going to let the protein cook inside of this blend that we have here. And at this juncture, I'm going to start adding my spices. So I'm going to add some chicken bouillon. I'm going to add cayenne pepper. And one thing about this sauce, the Maafe, it does not have, we do not use tomato paste or tomato. We're not going to use any tomato based kind of paste or sauce in this dish. It's just going to be just the protein, the blend that I already added for the bell peppers and onion. And what we're going to get the kind of red color from will be from this smoked paprika. And then I'm going to add a little bit of slap your mama, which is spicy. You have the original blend and you have the hot blend. I'm using the hot blend for this recipe. So as you can tell a little bit, the color has somewhat changed. What I'm going to follow with that is our Maggi. Maggi is very, very, very important in any African cuisine. It's one of those spices that you can't cook any African food without Maggi. It's like a taboo kind of thing. Either it can be Maggi if you're from the West, or it can be Royco if you're from the East. anywhere from Africa you're from, there's some sort of this cube, spiced cube that has to be used when cooking. Now, what I like to do here while this cooks down, I like to taste just to see where we are in terms of the salt level. Okay, it's good to me. So what I'm going to do now is add our next ingredient. I'm going to add our veggies. The reason why I'm doing that, I like the veggies cooking in this oil just a little bit. And the veggies that we are using here is the yuca root with carrots. But remember, like I said, you can add any type of veggie. So look how beautiful that looks like already. I'm going to let that cook just a little bit. Perfect. Going to close this just a little bit to let it cook a little bit in the oil. Meanwhile, I'm going to kind of add some of our beef stock in here. Just to dilute it a little bit. And for Maafe, it can be as thick as you want, honestly. And it can be as liquid as you want, or a balance in between, depending on how you're planning, depending on what you're eating with it with. It can be eaten with fufu, it can be eaten with rice. So how you make it, honestly, it just depends on what you're planning to eat it with. Okay. Going to take a look at our mixture. It smells amazing already. So when we were cooking Senegalese cuisine, I did not. They never taught me or told me that you're supposed to put tomato paste or tomato sauce. I do not think you add tomato sauce in this in this food, but people are different, like I said. But I've just kept it the way I know how I was taught. But like I said, food is different. Every culture has their own way of approaching any type of food. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to add our peanut sauce. Use a little bit of this just to move any leftover peanut sauce. See, For me, I am planning on eating this with white rice, plain rice. Um, but like I said, you can eat it however you wish to. So what we are going to do, I'm going to add this habanero inside. I'm going to taste so we can see the level of salt that we have so far. And I can add a little bit more spices, but depending on the level that you want. I just added 1 teaspoon of the crayfish flavor. If you add too much, it's going to get a little bit bitter, so you don't want to add a lot. I'm adding another cube of Maggi. And because I'm going to eat it with plain rice, I am not too scared of adding spices. If I was going to eat it with something that has spices in it, then I would have been careful. So it's just getting the balance between the two. Going to taste. It's coming out really good, and I can get the spiciness in it. So I'm going to pause here and let this simmer down. But I'm going to cook it on low heat because, like I mentioned, with Maafe, because it's peanuts, they can really burn. They tend to burn at the bottom. You really want to be careful with that. What I'm going to do is add just a little bit more stock because I'm going to cook it on low heat. I want it to cook slowly, and I also want to be left with some soup with it since I'll be eating it with plain rice. Perfect. So what we are going to do now, I'm going to cover this, and I've already reduced it to medium low for the heat. I'm going to keep on checking this periodically just to make sure that we do not have anything burning at the bottom. It's very important. This process from here to the time it cooks is very important. So I'm going to keep on checking, and then we will proceed from there. So our peanut sauce has been cooking down. Going to check, see how we are doing. And we do not have anything burning at the bottom. That is awesome. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add this last mixture that we had. And after that, we are just going to return the closure and let it cook down slowly but surely. So we're going to take a look and see how things are looking so far. And you can see it has gotten thick. It's getting thick slowly but surely for the consistency. I'm going to remove our habanero. And at this part, I am going to add our vinegar. about 1 tablespoon of vanilla. Not vanilla, oh my god, vinegar. I meant to say vinegar. Sorry, guys. Vanilla vinegar. Not sure how similar those are, but anyway, it is vinegar. Some, and I usually like dabbing on the veggies to see if they're cooking, especially for the carrot and the cassava root or yuca root. I believe it's almost the same thing, guys. Let me know what you think, but they always confuse me. Anyway, I am going to taste. Tastes so amazing. I'm going to add just a little bit of chicken bouillon. And then since the veggies are already almost cooked, literally almost cooked to the point where I want them to be, I am going to reduce the heat to more to the low than closer to the medium part of it, because I'm happy with the amount of soup that this has, and I want it to have some soup in it, not too thick, because I'll be eating it with white plain rice like I mentioned. So we're going to let this simmer for just about 5 minutes. So I think our Maafe slash peanut sauce is ready, and look at how beautiful that is. I am going to just give it a turn, and oh, how amazing already it looks like. I love what I see. I am happy with the thickness of the sauce. It's good. It's not slimy. It's not too thick. It's not too thin. It's just in the middle. That is what I meant to say. But I know you guys understand exactly what I mean. So this is how it looks like. It looks amazing. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to transfer this into a serving dish, and then you'll see exactly how our Maafe slash peanut sauce looks like. So guys, just look at how amazing our peanut sauce slash Maafe came out. It looks amazing. As you can see, we have our yuca root, we have our carrots. They're not overcooked, so they're still holding their shape, and that's exactly how you want. And then we have the meat that we used, which is beef meat. And this is just an amazing sauce. As you can see, just take a look at how thick and rich that sauce is. It is amazing. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about this video. If you enjoyed the recipe, you can eat this with pounded yam. You can eat it with rice. You can eat it with a lot of things. I like eating it with plain rice. So it depends, honestly, on your taste buds. But I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. And if you're from Senegal and you're watching this video, welcome to our YouTube channel. And please let me know what you think about this recipe. This is just my interpretation of it, but I love different cuisine, and Senegalese cuisine is one of my favorites. So thank you everyone so much for watching. If you have not subscribed, please do not forget to subscribe, and thank you for joining me as I show you and share this recipe with you. Until next time, bon appetit.